We are in Kuala Lumpur, one of the booming cities of Asia. You need to visit.
We also delve into the technology that we think will save the world. One of our jet-setters, actor John O'Hurley, is behind it, and he tells us why.
Then we sip on one of our favorite white wines, and surprise, it's not a Chardonnay.
And that's not all we're revealing. Undercover Jetsetter is taking it all off. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
And welcome to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, or KL as it's affectionately called.
And this is a place that most Americans probably haven't heard about and certainly haven't visited, but they should.
We explored local Malaysia in another show. Now we dive into the great city of Kuala Lumpur.
KL, as it is nicknamed, is a diverse, thriving, growing, modern, harmonious, and traditional city.
You see it the moment you fly into Kelia.
The airport is modern and efficient.
We begin at one of our faves, El Cerdo, literally meaning the pig.
It's on Chungkut in Bukit Bintang, also known as Restaurant Row.
And there's no shortage of porkalicious dishes, piggy decor, or tongue-in-cheek humor here, including a little Noel Coward.
It's jet-setter all the way with complete nose-to-tail dining in so many pork-centric ways.
They kicked us off with a complimentary aperitif of white wine, vodka, lemon lime, and vermouth.
Now, we started with this sumptuous seasonal app of white asparagus, chopped black olives, and poached egg.
Fresh and delicious with one of the most perfect foods on the planet, a beautifully poached egg. That's the money shot right there. Pure ecstasy in your mouth.
Then we dove into their signature dish, hickory-smoked Iberico soft ribs.
A smoky and sweet melt-in-your-mouth bite, served with creamy mashed potatoes and fresh veggies.
And with every bite of messiness that you make. But don't worry, they have you covered on the cleanup.
We paired everything with this Evans & Tate Butterball Chardonnay from Australia, nicely chilled, full-bodied, and a touch of vanilla oak, bursting with flavor that stood up nicely to all the food.
So check out El Cerdo and get ready to pig out.
Locals love shopping, and we're not talking just online, but in the mall, physical shopping. It is a great social aspect to this society.
Now, for many, leisure time means hanging out for the day at one of the immense malls with family and friends, as our jet-setter local, Ryan, tells us.
Malaysians are a very unique breed of people because we have been living together for many, many years. We have achieved independence since 1957, and we have called ourselves Malaysians. So most of us speak the same language. We speak Bahasa Malaysia, which is the national language. And then the Chinese would have their Chinese language, then the Indian would speak their Indian language, Malay language, but we treat ourselves as Malaysians. So we do have a lot of culture in sharing. We enjoy each other's food, we enjoy each other's festivities.
The Pavilion Shopping Complex in the heart of KL, also in Bukit Bintang, has tons of stores ranging from high-end to middle to budget-friendly.
It's more than 1.3 million square feet with over 550 outlets of shopping and dining.
This immense food hall in the bottom has a huge selection of choices from around the globe.
Plus a nicely stocked grocery store. You can literally spend the entire day here and never see or eat the same thing twice.
And there's more shopping as well as office buildings at KLCC, or Kuala Lumpur City Centre.
Suria KLCC is one of the largest shopping malls in Malaysia, along with a beautiful 17-acre park.
Above KLCC are the iconic Petronas Twin Towers, the tallest twin buildings in the world.
These postmodern style towers are an impressive 88 stories high, with a connecting sky bridge about halfway up.
Now you've got to be hungry after all this shopping, and this little gem inside the KLCC mall is a jet-setter find.
Little Penang Cafe is a local fave, and Here's a couple of reasons why.
3-layer tea is a delicious concoction of tea, condensed milk, and coconut syrup.
Stir it up to get the full flavor effect and the nice coconut taste.
And here is the deliciousness to end all deliciousness. Char kway teow, one of my all-time favorite dishes that screams happiness.
It's rice noodles stir-fried with light and dark soy sauce, cockles, prawns, or other seafood, bean sprouts and pork fat, Chinese chives, and sometimes slices of Chinese sausage.
Then we tried Hokkien prawn mee. It's a Chinese curry dish with noodles, eggs, fish balls, shrimps, and mint.
It's a delicious blend of umami flavors with a kick of spice and cooled by the sweet mint.
Next, chicken lassi lemak. This is known as the national dish of Malaysia. It's crispy fried chicken with a spicy sauce called sambal.
It's traditionally served with rice cooked in coconut milk, small fried anchovies, and roasted nuts.
And finally, this great iced dessert. It's called chendol durian.
Now, the dish is not too heavy or sweet and made with the durian fruit, known as the king of fruits and similar to a jackfruit, which for many is an acquired taste.
True, and it does have a very pungent odor, but this is a delicious way to try it, mixed with the coconut syrup, coconut milk, crushed ice, and drops of green rice flour jelly.
Now, when we come back, it's about time for a cocktail, so we head to an ultra-chic rooftop bar nearby.
All right, well, when we come back, we will have more from KL, including another market you won't want to miss.
And then we're going to take you way above KL to a place you have to hit. And welcome back. You know, the truth of the matter is there's just way too much to cover in Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll have more shows and segments on that for sure. But now let's take you to another market you have to hit and get some great food too. On the 57th floor of the magnificent Twin Towers, step into Marini's 57.
They serve up delicious Italian food, award-winning cocktails that feature exotic herbs, fruits, and liqueurs.
On the evening that we went, our savvy mixologist whipped up this, the Marini's Swizzle, a sophisticated blend of gin, bitters, maraschino liqueur, fresh orange juice, and simple syrup.
It was delightful. We also tried this refreshing lovebird cocktail that mixed up Malibu rum, fresh pineapple, simple syrup, and Angostura bitters. Tropical and delicious.
They have lots of fun bites, and we grabbed this pizza margarita with fresh tomato, oregano, basil, and mozzarella cheese with a delicious crispy crust.
And this mozzarella e pomodorini is one of our favorite yummy cheeses, burrata served with cherry tomatoes and arugula.
Marini's 57 is a great hot spot that you can't miss out on, and with floor-to-ceiling glass windows, you will have the best views of the city.
Now, if you're looking for more of a dining experience, there is a high-end steakhouse on the opposite side.
And here's your Jetsetter tip. They do enforce a strict dress code that includes no flip-flops, no sports hats, and no Bermuda shorts, plus more. So check the website before you go.
Next, let's check out some fun times and great deals at Central Market, and it's all indoors.
This is a relaxing fish spa where fish clean your feet of all the dead skin.
Well, unless you have very ticklish feet.
Now, just so you know, it's not just me.
So, buyer beware. Fish may cause uncontrollable laughter, giggling, and squealing.
And here's a Jetsetter tip. There are some beautifully carved and unique wood pieces that you can get here for incredibly good prices.
Along with that, beautiful scarves, jewelry, tech items, gadgets, and tourist items like t-shirts are also available for great prices.
And have cash, Malaysian ringgit, on hand. Some vendors do take credit cards, but it's an additional fee and they have to go down the hall to process them.
Along with the great deals, you can find some extraordinary items like this poop coffee.
It's better than normal coffee.
It is.
Yeah.
This is a fun place to explore and hang out in the air-conditioned inside.
Another great place for deals is the Chinatown Market.
This is an outdoor market that's open at nighttime with countless deals on sunglasses, watches, designer purses, wallets, apparel, pens, and luggage.
They even have fresh fruits, flowers, tea, and other foods. And this entire area is quite diverse, as our Jetsetter local, Ryan, points out.
Go to town, right? Go to downtown Kuala Lumpur, take a walk. You'll find amazing discoveries. Just like you will see, like there is a temple, the Chinese temple, the Indian temple, and even a mosque along the same street, right? That's signatures of the past, the history that's written all over the place. Go downtown, take a walk, take a hike, talk to the people there, enjoy the street food. It's amazing, so much variety you could have.
Ready for a Jetsetter find? A quick trip underneath the Marriott is the Village Feast, boasting many eatery choices.
It's a whole world down here with all food groups and fairs represented. So come with an appetite.
Kind of like a Disneyland of food and drinks for adults.
Now we hit the Village Bar. Look, hey, we're thirsty, okay? Hungry too.
This is a fun Jetsetter find amidst the range of options available.
We grabbed a whiskey sour, super pure and delightful with bourbon and fresh lemon juice.
Our bartender uses some bitters to make the hearts on the top.
And then we went back in time and got a Singapore Sling. When was the last time you had one of those?
This was a delicious concoction of gin, cherry brandy, and pineapple juice.
And of course, we got chicken wings. These are fried boneless wings with a chili sauce for dipping.
And some cheesy wedges that had a kick of spice and were nicely coated in cheddar.
We also got this interesting Ventisquero Chardonnay from the Casablanca Valley in Chile.
It was smooth with refreshing notes of citrusy pineapple and a nicely balanced minerality.
And finally, we end with some local flavor and a trip to Allure Food Street.
This is a bustling and fun street with live music and loads of interesting restaurants and food stalls.
You can find a full array of food here that run the gamut from dim sum, seafood, satay, to barbecue, ice cream, and fare from other countries as well.
We checked out restaurant Wang Ah Wah, recommended by a Jetsetter local guide.
This is Kam Hyung Lala. It's Asian shell clams with a spicy, fragrant sauce and is unique because it involves ingredients from Chinese, Malay, and Indian cuisines.
Balachan Kong Kong is water spinach and fermented shrimp paste.
And we can't get enough chicken wings, so we had the Wang Ah Wah roast chicken wings. Ah Wah!
The grilled stingray was fresh with a nice char and tasted similar to a red snapper.
Fried lo shi fun is fried mousetail noodles with scallions, radish, minced pork, and bean sprouts. Now, they're not actually mousetails. The noodles just look like it.
So welcome to the great city of Kuala Lumpur. Salamat datang. Now, if you are looking for an Asian getaway, we definitely recommend coming to Malaysia.
Yeah, and we're going to have more shows on Malaysia, including one from Penang, which is an island city that's nearby here, and also medical tourism, because medical tourism is a big industry, not only here, but throughout the world.
And head to our YouTube channel for more segments and tips. We've got a lot there for you. It's Undercover Jetsetter on YouTube.
And all you got to do is go to facebook.com, Undercover Jetsetter, as well as on Twitter. It is at UC Foodie TV.
That's right. And when we come back, we talk with one of our Jetsetters, John O'Hurley, about why he's betting on this new technology.
And this is a technology that he believes, and we believe it too, could save the world.
So we have been talking to you about Gulsil Industries, and this is a technology that can wipe out pollution while also creating an abundance of food for the world.
And it was introduced to us by our good friend, our Jetsetter friend, John O'Hurley, an actor and spokesperson and TV host. And he tells us why he thinks this is going to be changing the world and why he got involved.
Most critics would say that me finding the world of garbage is probably an applicable.
I don't care about expensive things.
John O'Hurley is prone to self-deprecation, even though he appears on some of the biggest stages, the big screen, primetime TV, and on Broadway.
And John and I have been great friends for more than 40 years, so seeing him become a big part of Gold Seal Industries was no surprise, doing something big and world-changing.
Gold Seal is a technology that turns waste into energy, along with sellable, safe byproducts and even bounties of food, while cleaning up the planet.
It's culture changing. This technology has not existed anywhere in the world, and if you look at the applications, the incredible number of applications that this technology has, you scratch your head and you go, where do you begin and where does it end? It's what I refer to as a terminal technology. We may be doing refinements of the technology, but the idea of taking waste in any form and turning it into energy of any form with zero emissions really is, it's a game changer. And it's also an end game too. It isn't going to get any more zero emission.
Now, we graduated from Providence College. That encouraged us to explore deeper what Western civilization had created and try to make it better.
Other areas of man's existence has been impacted by the proliferation of technology, except waste. We still do the same thing that we did with waste back when our knuckles scraped the ground. We burn it or we bury it. And the same thing exists today. We've never had the imposition of high tech upon the whole world of waste. So as a consequence, we are swimming in our waste, we are living around our waste, and we are ingesting our waste.
John says Kim Kirkendall, his partner, fired up his imagination more than a decade ago.
I am not a well-grounded scientist. Kim is, and to the point where he's also can be imaginative in the world of science. I have found very few people that have walked into our offices here that have strong engineering backgrounds, and I haven't seen a single one be able to ask a question that he hasn't been able to answer, and answer completely so that it satisfies them. He's that well grounded, but he's able to think in the world of science, to imagine in the world of science. That is not me. But I'm an imagination engineer. I can see the applications and I understand them. And I understand the power of those. So from a marketing standpoint, that's kind of, I think, that's where I kind of work from my strength.
And John is a prime example of someone bending reality for the better of the world.
I'm a great believer in what you imagine is what you're supposed to be doing. When Kim came to me with this idea so many years ago, it was still in an infant structure. It hadn't evolved yet, and it has evolved over the last 10 to 12 years that we've been doing this. And we've watched it go to and come to an absolute zero emission technology. But there's been a long growth spurt in time. But my instinct to do this was not based on due diligence, because I don't know that I'm smart enough to know what I didn't know then. I was struck by the imagination of it and by the fact that my imagination saw the picture of what we're doing right now and completing it. And that is, in my book, the only the criteria that I need that motivates me.
For more information on Gold Seal Industries, head over to our YouTube channel.
And if you want information sent directly to you, let's say, for instance, for a major corporation or for a government, just go to this email and drop us a line and we'll get you the info you need.
And when we come back, we sip on a white wine that you must have in your wine closet.
And it is really affordable. And welcome back. As you know, watching the show, we are big fans of Chardonnays, especially the big California Chardonnays like the Ferrari Carano Chardonnay, and for good reason.
Oh, absolutely. And they've got other great wines too, including this one. It's a gem, and it's a Fumé Blanc.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
We are going to be talking about a wine that we really enjoyed. It's the Ferrari Carano Fumé Blanc. And this has got a lot of different things going on. Not only is it a great wine, great price point, and it's also with one of our favorite vineyards, because we usually go for the Chardonnay. This is not a Chardonnay.
No, it's a Sauvignon Blanc. The Fumé Blanc is the French term for Sauvignon Blanc, so if you ever see that, you'll know what that is. But this is so good, and it goes with so many great foods.
Yeah.
We've got some cheeses here, but I would pair it with spicy foods, Japanese, Thai, Chinese. I think it would go great with that stuff. It's just got great, it's got great fruit flavors, melon and lemon, like a Meyer lemon kind of a flavor. And, it's so fresh when you smell it. It's just like the bouquet is fresh, and it's got a little bit of the grassiness, but not as much grassiness as you would find in, say, like a New Zealand type of a Sauvignon Blanc. So it's toned down on the grassiness level, but it's very creamy for, it's a Sauvignon Blanc, Fumé Blanc, but it's very creamy.
But
Yeah.
there's no doubt about this. When you drink this, you know it's a Sauvignon Blanc, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you do. I love the grapefruit in this because you can really taste that. It's like a melon and a grapefruit blend together. And when you get it, because you should pick it up because it's so inexpensive for what you're getting. I mean, again, it's really a great holiday wine if you want to have a party or have something inexpensive that's really good quality. This is the one to go for.
Absolutely.
And it's available in a lot of supermarkets. Costco has it, of course. Trader Joe's, two of our favorites that we always talk about. But pretty much every supermarket I've seen it.
It sells wine.
Yeah.
I've seen it too.
Yeah. And like you said, the price point, amazing. I'm actually gonna try it with some cheese.
Okay.
And we found this great cheddar cheese too that would you like some cheese? I'll cut some for you too.
Oh, you're gonna cut the cheese for me. This is a great cheese.
It's called Unexpected Cheddar. We got it at Trader Joe's, recommended by one of the Trader Joe's staff members, and it's so delicious.
Looks really good with it.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, and I think I would pair this with chicken. It'd be great with a roasted chicken. It'd be great with a pork dish, any kind of pork dish or veal dish that you were
absolutely.
doing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
And for Icarano, innovation, I love that they use the screw tops because not only are you not depleting the cork anymore from the planet, you are also preserving the wine's freshness and purity to a greater degree by using the screw top, far greater than the cork, because now your wine no longer gets corked, which is when it's not really preserved right, and the cork actually can turn it into vinegar if you don't store it the right way.
Absolutely. And so let's say you just want to have a small glass of wine when you come home from work, and that's all you're going to have for that night. It'd still be good the next day. So just put the screw top on, keeps the air out of it. Yeah.
It's a much better preserver, and your wine doesn't get corked, which for novice people just getting into wine, sometimes they might not know that the wine's corked, but if you ever taste your wine and it's very, vinegary, you know that it's gotten corked. And you can also tell by the color, like the color of this is like this beautiful kind of straw, light color. If this was much darker, you'd know it was corked before you even taste it. So, interesting to note, this wine is actually made in stainless steel tanks and French oak tanks. So I think that's where it gets its crispness and that minerality really comes out and shines in it. Now, what are you going to have now that we have the crackers?
I think I want to, yes.
Dying to say that.
So I'm going to try the pate here. I probably have a little too much pate on there, but
You're a pate
I
hog.
love pate.
All right, I'm going to try the goat cheese. Because I love goat cheese.
Well, I'm just dying to try this because I would usually think a Pinot Noir would go great with pate, but
That's good. As we always say, you can pair anything with anything as long as it tastes good to you. That's the main thing. That's all you care about.
it actually stands up pretty good to the pate. The pates obviously has a stronger.
I have it with the goat cheese. That's phenomenal.
Is it?
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay,
It's delicious.
you try it with the pate. And that pate is lovely. A lot of people don't like pate. You got goat cheese all over the pate.
I'm sorry. It's a good goat and pate blend.
Yeah, that's really good with that.
Oh yeah, it stands up well to the pate. Yeah, and you know what? I would really go for this with some Chinese spicy food. I would pair it even with like Vietnamese food. You know, get a good pho, as you really should say it. A good pho with this would be delicious.
How about a kimchi?
Oh, that's interesting. I bet it'd be good. I bet it'd be really good with it. And you know what else? A ramen, a true Japanese ramen with this would be fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sushi, I would totally put this with sushi. It'd be delicious. But yeah, and it's just got such a nice balanced minerality. You really enjoy it. If you've never tried it, you've got to go get it and try it out because it's truly delicious. Ferrari Corano is so amazing. They're such a great vineyard. We love them. If you've never been there and you're in Napa, that's one of the vineyards you have to visit because it's so gorgeous. It's amazing, and you will love this wine too. So go check it out. Pick it up at one of your near stores. It's not expensive, and you will love it.
So there, Ferrari Corano Fume Blanc. Enjoy.
Cheers. Now remember, you can find the Ferrari Corano Fume Blanc in most grocery stores.
And if you want to go up to Napa and visit the vineyard there, Ferrari Corano, it's a great place to visit.
As is Kuala Lumpur. Thanks for visiting with us from one of our favorite cities.
And cheers from KL.